The internet is a medium that connects us all. Through the internet, and more specifically, social media, people have the ability to freely express their opinion on any given topic. One topic people love discussing is politics, but we won't be doing none of that today, because it's above my pay grade, which is nothing. Even though talking about politics with no pay grade is actually one of the best topics to talk about to get yourself a pay grade, but whatever, maybe another day. But something I always notice is how niggas will criticize anything they don't like and try to pass it off as actual criticism. Like, oh my god! If I see one more potential man comment or meme, I'm gonna Gojo insane.
Oh hell no! You.
Okay. I'm sorry. Damn, that was bad. I know. You know what though? Let's start with that potential man meme. I don't think y'all know just how much this fucking meme annoys me when people take them seriously. Really, zero relevance, 0 feet, 7 I understand at the end of the day, this is a meme, but I'm gonna sit here and pretend to make a thought that there was some actual truth to it, and to be fair there is, but just not in the way you'd think. And I'm gonna dissect this. One criticism I severely hate is the "he never uses his curse technique to his fullest." How do you know this? Like, think about it. In the beginning of the series, he has like 4 to 5 shikigami. The 2 dogs, which are technically considered separate, I think, judging by the fact that one of them can die, but I think they're also treated as one. I don't actually remember. That one always kind of confused me. Anyway, the Great Serpent, which is just completely wasted by Sukuna, and Toad. That's around half his curse technique that he can just use, and he makes use of them. I mean, look at how Megumi was going at Sukuna. Granted, they weren't doing shit to him, but it was a good attempt on the nigga. And he always masterfully uses his technique when he is in battle, so I really can't understand this angle. It's like they all mad at the guy because he doesn't just use Demon Dog Totality or Nue to solve every problem, or because he hasn't somehow mastered Maharaga. Speaking of, why is everyone so pissed that Megumi doesn't have all the shikigami? Bro, you already tamed the fucking elephant. You all know how hard that was? I don't, but judging by how powerful it is and the fact that it was only up until the Goodwill event that he ended up taming him, I feel like it was probably difficult. And there was Rabbit Escape too. Another criticism of Megumi that I hate are the no hands allegations. I'll be drawing from this video here for my point, and some of the others I'll make later on. It's not even that I don't understand this one, it's just that it's not true. Megumi partially suffers from something I want to name the Jogo effect, which is when the character in question is very talented or strong or smart, quick or whatever, but because they have little chance to actually show that against opponents more equal to them or weaker, and are instead put up against characters marginally stronger than them, sometimes even the ceiling characters, you know, like Jogo vs Gojo or Sukuna, they come across as much weaker to the audience. Even with the use of statements and displays of power, like all of Jogo's destruction in Shibuya, he was causing carnage and mayhem to the entirety of Shibuya, and yet some people still don't take him seriously. Like, there's even like Jogo meme, which I'm pretty sure is just a satire of the idea that Jogo is strong. It's vile. I'm guessing it kind of cheats the audience to see some cool but never truly see them at their best. I guess the best way to display a character's power in a fight is to show the damage they can do to the opponent rather than the environment. Because I'm guessing it's like, what does it matter how much you can do to the city or the countryside, or how much damage or how big the explosion that blew up that mountain was, if you don't even do good damage to the person you're fighting at, you know? How impressive can it really be? I get it, but at the same time, you do have to remember that Megumi's thing is shikigami, right? He's a strategic fighter and his technique reflects that, whereas, say, Yuji is primarily hands and a genius in hand-to-hand combat. It also helps that Yuji has superhuman strength without curse energy. Some of Megumi's hand-to-hand fights have been against Sukuna and fucking Toji Fushiguro. Seriously, how does one even? Wrapping this up, I just wanna give 3 reasons why Megumi is not the Gen Z Gojo. Reason 1. Megumi is not the main character. I don't know why this is so hard to grasp for some of y'all, but like, I don't even fucking know. I mean, look at this image. This image is like the best example of what people think about Megumi. Dog, why the fuck? Ichigo, no, why is Megumi here? He's not even a main character. Megumi is a secondary main character at best, which even then is actually Gojo, I'd argue. But I don't know. Actually, maybe not. People always try to see crazy shit from Megumi as if he's the protagonist, but what people definitely didn't and don't realize is that if Megumi was able to do all the cool stuff we wanted him to, like use that large Nue, tame round deer and all the other shikigami, tame Maharaga, then that would muddy the waters for the strongest character. Usually the strongest character should be made very clear and only truly challenged by a threat or the protagonist later on or at the end part of the story. It's the same reason why Mahito didn't get any stronger, because that would just challenge Sukuna as the main and strongest antagonist. But it should be known that yeah, he probably could have been the strongest. It's always apparent just how far above Gojo and Sukuna are in their verse. It would be stupid to have characters even close enough to threaten those characters' lives, or above all, the idea starts to fade a little. I'm not saying this has to be the case with every shonen or even just action battle stories, but it does bits for your strongest character in my opinion. Also, if Megumi was able to do all that stuff soon or even immediately, it would have just made the series boring. Let's not lie to ourselves. What even is the point if Megumi can just round deer and piercing ox his whole way for everything, you know? Reason number 2. Megumi is 15! I cannot stress this enough. Megumi is in high school. He's a first year in high school, a child. Why the fuck should he be able to summon this? Why the fuck should he be able to tame Maharaga? Why the fuck should he be able to perform domain expansion? He just started school! School starts in March in Japan, I'm pretty sure, and the story starts in June. So, yeah. I mean, shit. Megumi managed to open a domain at the age of 15. Gojo couldn't even do that until at least 17 or 18, so he's clearly somewhat talented. Complete or not, most sorcerers can't do that. I feel like that's another thing that's often lost on audiences. I mean, I think that's kind of more the audience's fault, not really paying attention, but yeah. Reason number 3. Megumi was Sukuna's vessel. I think it's very obvious that he was being foreshadowed to become Sukuna's next vessel, and so what better way to show us the true talent and terror of Sukuna's than to show us what the full extent of Megumi's technique could do, and then what Sukuna is able to do with such a versatile curse technique. How boring would it have been to see Sukuna do the exact same shit Megumi could do, but for evil? Seeing all the various tricks and Gege showing us what Megumi could be and Sukuna can do helps us appreciate Megumi's curse technique as well as the representative of the golden age of Jujutsu's knowledge and battle IQ. When people have a favorite character or see something cool, they want to see the full extent and limitations of that thing or character, which is fine. I get it. I mean, I'm still pissed off that none of us know what the fuck Tiger Funeral even is. Why? There aren't even any hints in Agito. Unless it's a girl. Is that a girl? Is Tiger Funeral a girl? But dog, this bitchy. Especially when used to actually criticize the series, it's just dumb. And I want to further illustrate this point with other criticism for the other characters and arcs. Like Yuji, for some reason everybody just did not like Yuji. They didn't care about the main character. Although, I mean, they cared so little about the main character. Everyone just fucking made Megumi the main character in their mind. They cared so little, they didn't even expect him to be the one who put Sukuna down. Like, bro, what would even be the point in him? Some have called him boring, which I personally think is unfair. It's obvious that Akutami was going for something different from the standard. Usually protagonists are always innately talented or have some secret badass power in them that just needs to be awakened. Oh, this was definitely true for old gen shonen. Like Goku and how he used to be the Monkey King and then became a low class Saiyan. Naruto with the nine-tailed beast inside of him. Ichigo and his innate senses and genetics. Yuji, to be fair, has some of this too. But even then, he only ever inherited potential, not technique, which would have been completely useless if not for Sukuna's fingers. Sukuna even implies that Yuji's physical capability comes from Kenjaku planting one of Sukuna's fingers into Yuji at birth. JJK in general is receiving a lot of flack actively as we go along because of its ending. Some niggas are even just saying it was never good, which is just stupid because it shows what they know. I mean, the niggas who say this ain't even watched JJK, and these same niggas who talk about JJK never being good will be the same ones who say, oh, Dragon Ball better. No! No! We are not doing that shit, okay? Okay. Fucking Dragon Ball is no better than JJK. Just because you felt a certain way when you were 12 years old and watched Gohan finally stop being a crybaby over an android he didn't even know against watered down Frieza doesn't make it good or better than Jujutsukaisen. And no, the fact it inspired the anime that would inspire JJK doesn't make it good either. Fucking hell. It's no secret that the majority of people don't know much about writing, and also media literacies are like an all-time low over here. Like people back in the Shakespearean age probably understood media better than people today do. This is especially prevalent in anime fandoms, but it can happen anywhere. And if something isn't executed in a way that these fans like, then it immediately sucks. And people who are too hyper-focused on their favorite series and actively making it most of their personality can just look at it and be like, oh yeah, it was always shit, Bleach better. But to be honest, what actually gets me is the amount of YouTubers just trying to make a quick buck off of trying to pretend they have a unique opinion and expertise in writing, but they simply don't. This case of people getting mad when a story doesn't go their way isn't just anime fans. Other kinds of fandoms I can think of are like this too, like Star Wars fans. Oh yeah, we talking about you now. Nah, you thought you were getting away. Nah, not today. You counting these metaphorical hands too, nigga. I gotta talk to you, nigga. I gotta talk to you. I think when talking about people bitching about writing without knowing anything about writing, Star Wars fans pretty much top all other fandoms in this area. I mean, the hate boner they have for literally all new Star Wars media but Andor is crazy. And most of the reasons I've seen so far have been questionable at best. The Star Wars fandom is easily one of the most insufferable large-scale fandoms you will find on the internet. At least on the movies and TV space. In gaming, another example would easily be Pokemon, although I guess that kind of relates more to game design and art more than anything else. I'd talk more about them, but that's all the time I've got for this video. And in order to talk about Star Wars fans, I'd have to watch all the Star Wars media. I'm on episode 5 right now, so yeah, I gotta do that. Then I gotta rewatch the sequels and then watch the other Star Wars media like twice in a row so that I can actually understand it and assess it and stuff and see if people even have a fucking point and whatnot. But oh, and then I gotta watch all these godforsaken fucking YouTubers with their retardation points and shit to actually see if any of them have any truth or if they're just talking shit and stuff. It's just a lot. Yeah, I do more, but that's honestly all the time I got for this video, which really means that I've just run out of motivation to do any more, or I will literally never make this video. So sorry guys.